we'll talk about that pretty special achievement on the show. This game is having all the spice, a 10-4, near hat-trick, quick wickets, magnificent daddy 100, one team looking down the barrel, one in total control. Let me have my guests into the show. I'm joined at this hour by former Indian cricketers Ashok Malhotra and Yajurvendra Singh. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show. Ashok, historic high followed by historic low for New Zealand. Virat Kohli, ahead of the test match, had said that this is a test match pitch for everyone's skill set. Did the Kiwis fall short on their skill?
See, it is not, it has happened to Kiwis. It has happened to South Africa. It has happened to England. It has happened to Australia also. We are too good in, on these kind of conditions. Our spinners are really too good. And the teams which come from abroad, they don't have these kind of spinners. They rely more on fast bowlers. That's why they tend to struggle. And when you talk about, Kiwis, Azaz Patel got 10 runs, but he was not supported by anybody from the other end. You have to put pressure on the other end. That is what was missing. And when I said in the morning show that we have 3 top spinners, so I don't think, I think I would say waylaid by Sunny saying that it'll slow down. That is why I said it'll finish on the 5th day, but I think it'll finish in the 3rd day itself.
Well, Yajurvendra, India is 332 runs ahead. How much longer do you see them bat on now? They didn't enforce a follow-on after having bowled the Kiwis out for 62 runs.
I think an hour after lunch tomorrow is what they'll tend to bat till. One has to be very careful because this weather in Bombay, it's never been like this in Mumbai. Suddenly it's raining, so they have to also be careful that the cyclone doesn't hit Bombay or Mumbai. Sorry, I keep on. And it's something that you have to also take into consideration. But I think about an hour after lunch is when this will happen. But as Ashok said, before tea, everything finishes before tea. You never know which one now.
Well, Ashok, everyone's asking, on social media, there's a lot of questions going on. Why did Virat Kohli not enforce the follow-on? Would you say it's to allow some practice to batters like himself and Cheteshwar Pujara, because the next test they are going to be playing is the Boxing Day test?
See, it is, Rika, now the norm. Since India beat Australia in Kolkata and, England defeated Australia in Leeds, I think people are scared to give the follow-on. They don't want to bat in the 4th innings. Although, the writing is on the wall, New Zealand is more or less out of the game, but still, as you very rightly said, maybe they want to Cheteshwar Pujara to get back in among runs and maybe Virat Kohli. But the fact is, Rika, I want to ask these people, when Sachin, Rahul, VVS and Saurav are playing, a generation disappeared. They could not get a look in. But now these guys are giving chances. Our team is overloaded. The bench strength is overloaded. Right. So why don't we give chance to somebody like Mayank? Now, what will you do with Mayank Agarwal when KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma comes back? And why would you not play Siraj after doing so well in Australia? Why would I keep giving chances to Ishant? I think it is beyond me. It defies cricketing logic. And these youngsters, time and again, prove the selectors wrong, prove the critics wrong, prove the management wrong.
Interesting conversation there, and perhaps, as Ashok says, that more and more youngsters should be blooded during the upcoming series, and when they are on the top of their game, top of their form, they should be allowed to come into the team and perform. Yajurvendra, do you have to add to that?
No, I agree with Ashok there, but we've got a cupboard full of cricketers and batsmen. So, it's going to be a selector's nightmare, basically. Because anyone who's coming through is coming through and doing extremely well. So somehow they have to now understand the conditions and the skills that each batsman has. Some people are good against short, fast bowling. Some are good against spinners. So now the selector themselves have to now look at those avenues as to who would be the right sort of a batsman who would feel comfortable in those conditions. When the ball, it's a green wicket, who has got the best technique to be able to sustain himself there. So it's coming down to the nitty-gritty in batting as well, and the conditions. And I think that's where the team selectors will have to decide as to what is good for them at that moment. And it's interesting because everyone is a good player, but everyone doesn't have the same skills. So now they'll have to work out exactly like anything happens in the corporate world as well. You may be good in marketing, somebody may be good in finance, and both are good, but now you have to decide who should be there.
Ashok, you spoke about Mohammad Siraj coming back to the test team and proving how good he is. Akshar Patel, another youngster who got a 5-4 in the last match. Do you see him play in South Africa when the team travels there? Next test is going to be in South Africa.
Rika, it reminds me of one guy going to office for 20 years. For him, it is a routine. But a new executive, when he comes in, he's all charged up. You know, he's all aggressive. And he wants to prove to people. That is the difference between Ishant Sharma and Siraj. Because Siraj is there. He's not worried about the wicket. He's always in your face kind of a bowler who will always try his hardest. And for me, he won you matches in Australia without these big names. Despite of that, whenever the first opportunity arises, he's the one who has to sit out. The Ishant Sharmas and the Bhuvneshwar Kumars and the others will get in ahead of him, which defies cricketing logic. And time and again, he has proved them that I am not second to any of them. I'm at par with Bumrahs and Shamis and everybody else. So I think I'm with you that Siraj has to play, will play in South Africa.
Yajurvendra, I'll have to ask you about one Indian who's not playing for India. Would you play? That is Ajaz Patel. Like we talk about Virat Kohli being a South African, would you say he's one Indian, one Mumbaikar who got a prolific, 10-wicket haul in Mumbai, but for the Kiwis?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he would have found a place in the Indian side, by the way. Okay. He's very fortunate. He's gone to New Zealand. He went there apparently as a fast bowler and turned into a spinner. But we've got so many. I mean, when you talk about Jadeja and Akhtar has struggled to get in, we've got, again, so many young, good spinners. He would find it difficult. He would really find, because if you saw, although he got 10 wickets, when the Indians came in to bowl, and the spinners, when they were bowling, Ashok is very right, they looked at different spin attack compared to even Azhar. It's because they were spinning the ball. Look at Ashwin. He looked unplayable.
Completely.
Totally unplayable. Even Jayant came and spun the ball, and you don't find that
Ashwin,
with any of the New Zealand.
Jayant, all three of them didn't.
All of them.
Particularly Akshar with his arm ball, the way he picked up those wickets. Well, we'll keep talking about these youngsters and a lot more as the test match progresses. Hopefully, it'll continue beyond tea tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining me on the show this evening.